episode of Doing Something Cool. I'm Andrew Reid. This is going to be a very special episode because it's our second, and also it's a very special interview with a teacher that you all know. So let's go to Ryan.
Hello everybody, thanks Andrew for the intro, and we're here today with Mr. Muzan in the cave at Yonkers High School, and he's gladly here so we can interview him and ask him a few questions on comic books. So Mr. Muzan, how did you get into comic books? Like, what was the first comic series? How old were you? How did it go down?
When I was young, I hated to sit still and read. So my grandmother was like a candy striper nurse in a hospital in Harlem, and my mom remembers telling her, "You gotta do something, get him a book." So instead of books, she used to grab comic books. Now, I'm pretty old. My grandmother brought the Action Comics with Superman in it. So I'm looking at this guy with this cape on and whatever, and I'm like, I ripped the pages apart and hung them on my wall and read them on my walls. Years later, I realized that I had in my hand a first printing of Action Comics, the first appearance of Superman, and I ripped it to pieces. After realizing, I was young, so it was okay. But that really got me reading because I got to look at pictures and see the words, and it got me interested in making up superheroes and like just reading more and more about these characters. And then I said, what's out there? What superheroes are out there? And this DC Marvel thing showed up. So I instantly love Batman because I love, I love that whole medieval knight idea, and then to find out that Batman was a combination of the Dark Knight of the medieval times mixed with the iconic kind of hero, because the color blue is this warrior color, and the guy from the Bronx, Bob Kane, was from the Bronx, went to what school? He went to DeWitt Clinton on Marshalloo. So he's from the Bronx, this guy, whatever. And then Batman is a knight. His Batmobile is his horse. Robin is his squire. It all made sense. And he uses his brain first, beats up his body. Alfred, the butler, former Marine, helps him out. It's all about your brain and what you push your body to. And then I fell in love with Spider-Man, because like Spider-Man always had a cartoon on TV when I was younger, and Spider-Man is a science geek with powers, and he's a wise, if I will, wise ass, you know. And my mother always said I was a wise ass, so I'm like, every time I put a costume on, I'm listening to this wise ass. I'm like, that's great. Like, so these two guys, like a regular kid from Queens and you know, a billionaire. Like, these guys use their brain, push their body, and they do the right thing. And it's like, the whole idea of one bad day.
There's always that.
Like, one bad day that can make you a good guy or a bad guy.
That one little breaking point, that one line. So I'm guessing since you love the Batman, what was your whole take on this Dark Knight trilogy with Christian Bale and Christopher Nolan?
Finally,
Finally,
I believe they really got down to that whole, who is Bruce Wayne? Why is Batman here? And what is he going to do for Gotham and why? Like, they really got into the man that gets beat up and his demons and the love interest and what he's willing to push, and I don't care what they think of me, call me the bad guy, I can take it. And then the whole genius of, I need this equipment, make it happen. I need this equipment, make it happen. And the whole, like, I have a backup plan always. I always have a backup plan. And he's the first Batman to realize, as a ninja, I need to move my head instead of this. How are you gonna be a ninja going like this? And I was like, finally. That's why I have this costume that I love so much, immortalized forever. I was like, wow. I was like, and the story, like, and Nolan said it was one long story. It wasn't 3 different movies.
Definitely.
And it just like made sense. Like, it got into him. And you know, it's like the whole motivation. Like, I'm scared of bats, you're gonna be scared of bats too. You know, I'm going to defend this city because this is where the evil that traumatized me happened. It's great. And then it even talked about his whole gun thing. It's like, I don't like guns. Like, ugh. Like, that's the thing I can't stand, so I'm gonna make you scared of me. I don't use them.
Exactly. And what was your take on the Amazing Spider-Man, the whole Spider-Man reboot? What did you think of it? What did you think of the old movies? What did you think of the new one?
I like what Sam Raimi did with the old movies because he started out with a quote that I love. He goes, "It's all about a girl." And I teach students, every motivation a man has, it's always about a girl. A girl will drive, I chased a girl and became a teacher. 6 months later, she's gone, I chased a girl, and that's why I have my career. So it's like, it's always, I don't care if it's mother, aunt, uncle, grandma, sister, it's always about a girl. And then we're like, so that was the whole thing, and it became about a girl until we got to the third movie. Yeah. Then it became, I'm not gonna listen to my girl who I'm gonna marry. I'm gonna be silly with Gwen Stacy, who had a bigger role in the comic book and ended up being whatever. They tried to do too much in the last movie, and I lost my taste for Spider-Man. I was like, that's not what Spider-Man is. You dance for 45 minutes, really? Yeah. The black costume doesn't come off and sit in the trunk. It's attached to you. Yeah. So I said, all right, what are they gonna do? And they said, okay, we're gonna go back and say, Amazing Spider-Man. We're going back to the cartridges. That's the story, the cartridges. And then they put Gwen Stacy, no Mary Jane. Here we go. An original. Here we go. Yeah, now it's about my science and my demons and my whatever, and that's what it is.
It's a lot darker too.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Darker than true Peter Parker.
Spider-Man was never this bright, whatever. It was always dark from the very beginning. When they first created it, it was dark and the city dark and it's the ugly part of the world and he's got to deal with it. Like science, people in science, they sit up at night in a dark lab. They don't like, oh, bright world.
Yeah, exactly.
So I do like it. A lot of people don't. I like the fact that they finally put the lizard there. Yay. Instead of teasing us, making us believe, here's Doc Connors, no lizard. Here's Doc Connors, no lizard. So finally we get to the lizard, and the lizard tore him up. And you know what they're doing for the second movie? They're bringing back his original costume because they ripped that with the shreds. Yep. Yay. So they learned.
And they're bringing Electro in, J.D. Fox.
Yep, and they're going to hint to the Goblin because they'll...
Harry Osborn got a character.
So they're moving. Like, I waited, you don't understand, I waited so long. When I was your age, they were talking about these movies. And they never happened. And now, I'm like, really? Like my Spider-Man, the guy had a cord, and he was sliding up the wall like this, and he shot a net made out of rope. That's like, oh, but you know, that's all I had. So I was like, this is great, this is great.
You gotta go with it.
This, 10 times better. Like, they are making it real for me, and I'm glad.
Now, talking about movies that never happened, the Justice League, set for 2015. What do you think of the whole idea of Joseph Gordon-Levitt playing Batman?
He deserves it after all the talk and whatever, and I think it'd be a great idea. Because if you go back now, if you start with the Justice League, he'll be a younger Batman, and he could ride the wave for a long time. They said there's not going to be another new Batman movie until like 2017 and beyond. Well, guess what? It's 2013. That gives the man 4 years to grow up.
He'll actually have a Robin this time.
By the time he gets there, he'll be rough enough to take on that role. But a younger Batman is great for the Justice League. Because you're going to have a younger super, great young guys, get it all started.
So they said it's going to be the 5 core characters: Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman, Green Lantern, but no Aquaman. It's going to be Batman, Superman, Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, and Flash. Of course, Flash.
Aquaman. You can't.
Aquaman is just... I like his character in the Justice League comics in New 52. He's pretty cool, but he doesn't seem to fit into a first Justice League movie.
You need an epic, larger-than-life movie with the ocean. You can't bring that aspect of the ocean on life. It doesn't work. You would have to have this big, like Lord of the Rings kind of movie to bring the ocean into Aquaman. He's useless if he's standing on land. So you know what? Don't even tease me. Good, you're not there.
Yeah.
Bring him in if you want to down the road.
And the Green Lantern movie, we all know was a little...
I refuse to see it. I refuse to see it because I don't respect what they did with the glow and the costume with the cracks in it. The glow does not come out from him. It is around him, and so that crack. They let an artist dictate
the storyline.
And that's it. If I can't look at him, I'm not gonna watch the movie. I can't look at your costume. And the idea of the crack will annoy me. I can't do it. I refuse to see it. And maybe see it on Channel 5 commercials.
Hopefully.
Maybe. I haven't seen Catwoman with Halle Berry. That's on my no-fly list. So
there's always those few movies.
Yes, so is Green Lantern.
So what do you want it to be? Do you want it to be Hal Jordan or John?
I mean, it's funny, we're watching now on the Vortex on Channel 11, they're bringing back Justice League Unlimited, and who are we looking at? Look, and more posters have like all the posters I have. We got my man. It's like I don't know. He's here alone with like in this poster. I don't know. If you're gonna go back to the beginning.
I say we go.
It's gotta be
Hal Jordan.
It's gotta be Hal
I hope
Jordan.
they bring in someone new though.
Yeah, I don't want. Oh no. Do I want? You know what they said? They might make someone and then put him here.
Really?
But, yeah. I was like, oh, why? Get new people. Chris Evans was a great idea for Captain America, but I'm very upset that he also played the Human Torch. I'm like,
conflict.
It worked. He was. That's a great Captain America. But I'm like, they should have thought about that and found somebody else.
Well, they're rebooting the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, so they're gonna have to find because he's too jacked now.
He can't play.
It's like, he's the size of the thing now.
Exactly.
But, yeah, I love what they're doing with the comics. DC has historically with their animation. I always watch DC animation. That's why I'm surrounding myself with the Dark Knight Returns. You know, all these things like Doom and Superman versus the Elite. They have a chance to get into the demons of the character. Like Justice League Doom. They looked at Batman like, dude, I don't even know if I want you in this group anymore. And he goes, I don't know if I want to stay. He goes, you just found a way to destroy us and somebody got ahead. He goes, you guys are super powered. You think that if somebody gets control of you, that's not a problem? If you don't think that's a problem, he goes, I don't need to be here. And he walks out. That's true. Batman is powered. He's not a superhero. He's a hero. But he's a hero who is the leader of a superhero team. They begged him. Superman's like, please, I have no superpower. You got this.
He uses his mind. The backup plan. You have to have a backup plan. Because when there's someone with superpowers, he can't control himself.
Yeah. He goes with, I'm going to find the disease. You fight the symptoms. Superheroes, superpower beings fight the symptoms. Asteroids coming down, Superman's punching the asteroid. Batman's finding the guy who sent him.
Yeah.
And if I stop the guy who sent him, then you don't have to punch anything anymore. So my thing takes more time. So you go punch those.
You punch
those. You put the field with the ring and Wonder Woman, you lasso, what we gotta do? I'm gonna be over. Oh, you go do whatever you need to do, and I will take care of my business the way I do.
Awesome.
I do what I do best.
Definitely. So it seems as though we're running out of time. Thank you for Muzan for the interview. Thank you very much. And back to Andrew upstairs.
Thank you, Ryan and Mr. Muzan, for that wonderful interview. Really love what you did there. And thank you to, a special thank you to Magnum Comics on Riverdale for supplying us with all our comic needs. Go on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. We have all the links to our website and all that on our Facebook page. Please show us some support. All right, thank you guys.